important message. I love you. Interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Interrupt our program to bring you this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cabin Fever and the Dean Callan Show. So today is Fun Day Friday. If you remembered that it was Friday at all, today was a busy day for me. I was crazy busy. I woke up this morning. I had phone calls, like business-related phone calls, which like could be good. It could lead to some work, which would be really, really nice. To have something in the pipeline. I went for a run this morning. I feel good about it. You know, if I'm going to do Fun Day Fridays and I'm going to drink from around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I feel that it's justified if I've done some form of exercise in the morning to kind of bartender life balance, right? Everything's about balance. Sweet and sour, strong and weak, running and then having a Guinness. Speaking of which, I might pour myself a Guinness. Bit stressful getting set up today. I'm getting better at it, but I'm also starting not to get complacent, but I would say that I've been getting more relaxed. It's not a bad thing. I feel like, how would you describe it? If you were doing setup in a bar and you just started in a new venue, the setup on, day one that you do is going to take you a lot longer than day 14, 15. I'm a few weeks into setting up for this now. So I now know what I need to do. Press that button, push this one. I do keep changing stuff all the time. But, whatever. For the things that I find to be a bit of a consistency on the show. We've got Mitch's Minute today. Mitch's Minute on Fun Day Friday. It's perfect for Fun Day Friday. It's a fun Mitch's Minute. Mitch is literally getting mauled by his dog. It's hilarious. I might even play it twice, right? He's trying to concentrate. He's getting eaten. I'm not going to lie. I didn't spend much time scouring around on the internet. What I did do, though, I went to check out my old mate Tim Ward's social media, right? I keep doing this because I love Tim to bits, and I don't know what's going on in his world at the moment, but to see him keep putting monkey shoulder, recipes out from his home bar, and when you see it, it is his home bar, it makes me feel like, he's still working for Monkey, he's still active, for all we know. I don't know if France has that 80% furlough thing. Maybe they could put people on hold, but knowing he's still working makes me feel good about myself. My buddy Tim, I've seen him put up a few videos. They're always in French, and I thought, I can't even understand what he's saying. How can I put that on Serious Wednesdays or moderately serious, getting less serious Thursdays? I can put it up on Fun Day Fridays. Fun Day Fridays, we can do whatever we want. It's Friday. We ain't got shit to do. And it's Fun Day Friday, right? So, Fun Day Friday. I'm going to put that shit up. Today, I decided, because I'm having fun and I really didn't prep anything, I'm not going to make cocktail-y cocktails. I'm just going to make disco old fashions. And if you don't know what I mean by disco old fashions, I was reminded of how it's not really a thing when I was commenting on Sergio Murat's, total boss, legend of industry, his social media. He said that a Cuba Libre, because it's like rum with lime and then soda in the Coca-Cola, is basically a Ricky. Now, the definition of soda when Ricky came out, and the definition of soda as far as like the way American people say, oh, I'm just going to have a soda, and they open a Coca-Cola, right? Where I come from, this is cola and this is soda. So I at first was like, what is he talking about? It didn't even occur to me that he could be seeing cola as soda. It does make some sense, but my argument to him, and I'm not saying argument actually, argument's the wrong word. My comment on that was, my thought process was, it's more of an old-fashioned, like a rum old-fashioned, than it is a Ricky. So hear me out. For those of you that don't know what cola actually is, and this has been on the show before. I had a nice little chat with Danny Dyer from Grant's Whiskey when he was in the cabin before lockdown, about how like that's what he likes to drink when he's on the road. He likes old fashions, but he likes to drink Grant's and Cola on the road. You can get the decent Grant's and Cola anywhere you go. Fill a glass with ice, Grant's, Cola. Now, also recently mentioned in Discard the Zine. So if you haven't seen Discard the Zine, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I always question myself live on the show. If you haven't seen Discard the... Hey, greetings, Aldrin. How you doing, buddy? If you haven't seen Discard the Zine, in it, they talk about, I think it was Gareth Evans talks about how a Jack and Coke is like the perfect drink. It's pretty fucking good. Like, a Jack and Coke is amazing. So today, I'm going to make a Jack and Coke. I'm going to make a Monkey and Coke, I think. I don't know, we'll make some Coke drinks. But back to how cola is made. Traditionally, cola is Christmas-style spices. So you've got a lot of vanilla, cinnamon, things like that, right? You've got a bitter orange peel. Or in some cases, like you could use... you can use... neroli, like an orange oil, is used a lot, but traditionally you got your bitter orange peel, you've got your navel orange, I would guess, lime, lemon, cinnamon, vanilla, you know, those kind of spices. Traditionally also, like the cola as we know it today had cocaine and a whole bunch of other stuff in it, but fresh cola recipe, spices and citrus. You actually get a really good reaction out of it if you put some alcohol in there to break down some of the oils and stuff, and you make what's called a 7X syrup, which has like a super pungent version of the cola, and then you add that to sugar. But you've got spices, citrus peels, right? And then sugar. You got caramel added for color, and then effectively, look, water. And then you've got cola. You then carbonate it. Right, so you got your carbonated cola. If you deconstruct that, right, so you got bitter botanicals, some spices, some sugar, some caramel for coloring, and then water. Bitters are bitter peels, bitter botanicals. It's got alcohol, and then, you know, caramel coloring for color. You've seen how red that shit is. Then you've got spirit, right? So spirit of any kind, sugar, water, and bitters is the original recipe for a cocktail and or the old-fashioned cocktail. Spirit of any kind, that's your Jack Daniels. Sugar, water, and bitters, that's either your cola or literally sugar, water, and bitters. So, in my mind, a whiskey and Coke is a disco old-fashioned. Right? You can argue with me, but just stating the facts here, right? Now, today, we're going to drink disco old fashions. How am I going to start with my disco old fashions? I'm going to start with the one that Gareth said was the king of all drinks, a Jack and Coke. But before that, I'm going to watch Mitch's Minute. Right? Let's do it.
Make a drink for anybody dead or alive. Hello, drink. What do you want? Make a drink for anybody dead or alive. I was definitely going to go with Hunter Thompson. You prick. I'm definitely going to go with Hunter Thompson. One of my heroes. I have a tattoo of his on the fucking... What do you want, you prick? Yep, definitely Hunter Thompson. I'm going to send him a fucking... a Heineken and a wild turkey, as I don't like Shivers Regal very much. I'm going to serve him a Heineken and a pack of Dunhills and a wild turkeys. I don't like Shivers Regal too much. I love Shivers 18. You fucking motherfucker, stop fighting me. And I'm going to talk to him about Songs of the Doomed, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, what we can do at a time like now with a leader like Trump. And I'm going to ask him what he thought of Transmetropolitan, which is a fucking amazing comic in my opinion, which I think is loosely based on his life.
How good are Mitch's responses? he's so good, and with the dog attacking him and everything, it's like he already knew what he's going to say there. I think he's probably had that in his mind for a while, the Hunter S. Thompson thing. And also for those of you that don't know, Hunter S. Thompson went into politics. The guy literally ran for politics. Was always super interested in politics. He did, after he did Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, he might have done it before, Fear and Loathing on the campaign trail. I think it was with Nixon or something like that. So he started out as a journalist, photojournalist, I think, as well, and then kept going with politics. So if you didn't already know, Hunter S. Thompson was big into politics. So how do I make a Jack and Coke? Same way everyone else makes a Jack and Coke. Jack and Coke, super easy. So we got Jack Daniels here. Dusty old bottle of Jack Daniels. I used to drink loads of Jack Daniels back in the day. So I'm just going to make a little one, little baby size, right? A couple of pieces of ice. I'm still using my studio ice. I'm just not able to freeze the ice into the little cubes fast enough to make small cubes of ice. So I'm chopping up my large pieces of London Ice Studio ice. You know what? Just saying that now has given me an idea. I'm going to make a button for every time I talk about where I got my ice from, London Ice Studio ice. So I can be like, my London Ice Studio ice, right? And then it'll just cut to like London Ice Studio ice, right? Not that everyone's in London. Like, Aldrin is really far from London. Oh, Scotty! What's happening, brother? How cool is that? Scotty's tuned in. That's epic. That's massive. Right, Jack Daniels. Next up, Coke. Now, while we're on the topic of Coke, I thought it might be interesting to taste these little puppies, right? Signature mixers. They're getting a lot of attention. I think they even might have won a Tails Award or something, which is huge. Coca-Cola winning Tails Awards? Wow. Or being nominated? Whatever, nomination's a win, pretty much, in my book. Right. Let's have a look at this. Give it a little stir. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I might just keep the same ice each time and rinse it off. Get proper like disco. So you're hanging out, back garden, barbecue, disco old-fashioned. God, that brings back that flavor. It's like accessing a memory. Brings me straight back to house parties in Australia when I was young. Like, you don't get house parties. Well, I'm too old for house parties now in London, but when I lived in Australia, I lived out in the suburbs, like miles out, and teenagers would throw a house party and there'd be 200, 300 people at this house party. They were pretty epic. It was good times. There's something about a Jack and Coke. Jack Daniels just works so perfectly with cola. And with Coke, you get that froth on the top. Look, it's got the little, other angle's not going to work today. Anyway, you get the nice little kind of creamy, frothy head on the top. Now, I'm going to make a comparison of that versus Monkey and Coke. I drank a lot of Monkey and Cokes in my time. Just have a think. What is the difference? I know, me personally, I think Monkey's going to be a bit drier. Scotch tends to be drier. A little less of a sweet flavor of it than bourbon. Whoa, and I say bourbon. Jack Daniel's pretty much is bourbon, other than the fact that they argue that they don't call themselves bourbon or aren't a bourbon because of the Lynchburg, Tennessee process, whatever it is, charcoal mellowing. Where are we? But meh, same thing. Give people Jack in a blind taste test against 3 bourbons, and they're gonna not be able to tell the difference. Right, top this guy now. Ooh, also frothy. See what I'm doing here? I'm empowering anyone out there to just drink a whiskey and Coke, right? Well, I wish I was able to empower people to just drink a whiskey and Coke. You can blame me if you're hanging out with your friends and you're drinking whiskey and Coke at a house party, and your friends are like, "Oh, what are you doing to that nice whiskey?" Then just be like, "Enjoying it." Yeah, I like this one better. This one has way more memories attached to it. It reminds me of traveling around the world doing Ultimate Bartending Championship, which is the best thing ever. Traveling around the world. See, finally, Diogo, we got you one you can make at home. If you want to add a little complexity to it, check this out. All right. Guinness and cola go really well together. Just a tiny dash. It's magic. Cool. Okay, so today, as I said, I'm going to be featuring my mate Tim. I'm going to put Tim on. I can't understand a thing Tim's saying. I don't speak French. I went to France loads, didn't learn any French. The only French I remember from doing French lessons is le poisson nage, which means the fish swims. I just love that that was something they were teaching you in the very beginning, because it's totally useless. Who says the fish swims? Why not be like, may I have a baguette? Or 2 beers, please. Right? Or do you say 2 in France? I don't know. Right. I'm going to put this guy on the side. Oh, what did he have? God, what was Tim making? Let's see. I'm going to unmute myself.
J'espère que vous tous portez bien. Donc je vais faire mon roasting and revisité avec 4 centilitres de monkey shoulder. J'ai choisi liqueur. Ça va être frangelico cette semaine. Liqueur de nuancette. 4 centilitres. On voit ce que ça va donner. Moi, il fait beau. Vert. Santé à tous.
Right, let's... I have no idea. What was the drink that Tim used to always make with monkey and frangelico? Whatever. It's like monkey's nuts, was it? I have no idea. Oh, so Diogo knows what he was saying. 4CL monkey shoulder, 4CL frangelico. Happy days. It was actually pretty good. I think I'd rather have La Vida Tropica Liqueur than frangelico. It's not that I don't like frangelico. It's just that when I first started bartending, people drank what's called Frangelico Zesties, and there was this thing called an illusion shaker. Right, story time. So see this. In 1999 in Australia, sunny Australia, Gold Coast, sunny Australia, there was like a program that Suntory run, and when I say Suntory, I really mean Midori. And what they did, and Suntory had Frangelico, what they did was they tried to encourage the uptake of cocktails in, you know, let's say like nightlife venues. And to do that, because obviously if people are if they're drinking cocktails instead of rum and coke, bourbon coke, whiskey sour, whiskey and dry, like it was rum and coke, bourbon and coke. And when I say rum and coke, where I was, it was Bundy rum and coke. Rum and coke, bourbon and dry, you know, scotch and dry. These were the things that people were drinking. And then beer, loads of beer. In this place, we did cocktails, but we had these illusion shakers. So illusion shaker, we had, imagine from the floor to about there, 6 rows of just shakers on top of shakers. So it looked like this. Shaker, 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 and then tons of tops, right? And you'd pull a shaker off. There was plastic on the inside. You'd pull the plastic out. That goes in the bin. This goes on top. Grab a top, right? Top sits here. You build into it. So an illusion, if I remember, was Midori, vodka, a dash of lemon juice, and pineapple juice, like a little bit of squeezed lemon, pineapple juice. You do that, add ice. This guy goes on top. Where's my other one? This guy goes on top. Now, they were bigger than this. They were like this size. And the whole thing's plastic. And anyone that ordered an illusion shaker, right, they had different options. There was the Midori illusion, but then there was like the Frangelico Zesty one and all that. They got to keep the plastic shaker. You would shake the drink up for them and give them the whole shaker for a set price. They can take the shaker home. So people, like bartenders, had loads of these plastic shakers in their house. People would take the shakers home. But more importantly, you would make 1 or 2 cocktails into these things, and people could have it as a cocktail. So they'd get a big fuck off disco looking glass, like a hurricane glass, like one like this, giant. I don't even have one. They'd pour that over the top, right, with these plastic, effectively disposable shakers, and there'd be a little bit left in there, right? It is a full drink, but it's diluted now, and then you're pouring a little bit in there, right? That goes on the side, and they top their drink up, and they think they've made extra out of it, like they've gotten further. Or you would give them a stack of little plastic Midori shot glasses, and they'd empty it in and do maybe 6 or 7 shots. So if it's $15 for that plastic shaker thing, or it's $7 or $6.50 for a shot, they're getting 5 or 6 shots for 15 instead of 1 shot for $6.50, right? So when you do the math and extrapolate it up, they feel like they're winning. Technically speaking, though, it was $8.50 for an actual illusion, which would just come in the big glass with not quite so much ice. So that was $15. You're paying $6.50 extra for the plastic shaker. Made us tons of money. It was GP-tastic, but it left a sour, sweet, stinky taste for Frangelico in my mind. So I don't have Frangelico in the bar for that reason. It was a bit of a rant, wasn't it, really? And on that note, check out the gadget that I took out for a spin yesterday. Look at this. Ready? If you're a dad, think about this, right? Seriously. If you're a new dad with a little baby, how we doing, little buddy? Are we liking our little seat on top of daddy? How cool is this thing? Yeah. We're getting to play with all the gadgets today. Des, you're a legend. Yes, there was Contro. How could I forget Contro? There was Contro in the illusion. I want to look up the illusion recipe now. It's been 20 years. 20 years. The illusion, like, actually, can I get an illusion and you serve up an empty? Yeah, that's epic. That is epic. Right, so another cola. Let's taste these like new Coca-Cola colas. For those of you that haven't tasted them, they're actually pretty good. Because I know a couple of the people that made them, I'm not going to say which one's my favorite, but we'll taste them. And if you see a whiskey on the back bar, anyone that wants to interact, you can nominate that whiskey and I will put it with Coke and we can figure out what it tastes like. Literally any one of them. If you can make out what they are. Right. Right, cola tasting. Disco old-fashioned episode. Oh, this top doesn't pop off. That's no good. I want to catch it. I have to undo the thing. Right. So this is the signature mixers, smoky notes of ylang ylang and Brett seed, Peru balsam, oak extract. It's woody. Guaiac wood. I don't know. Guaiacwood. No idea. No idea. Max Venning, right? Master mixologist. Does it say master mixologist? It says master mixologist. Okay. Spicy. Notes of lime, ginger, rosemary, jasmine, jalapeno. See, this is one of those things. I can understand what all those things are. I have no idea what that one is. Achia and P Guy. We know who P Guy is. It's Pippa, legend. So that's batch number 2, spicy. Let's see. I'm not leaning anyway. I've tasted these before, but I'm forgetting which one it was that I liked the best. And this is just straight up Coca-Cola, flavors of cola flavor. Right, let's see what the difference is. I'm going to start with my control sample. Immediately the mouthfeel is less like viscous. It doesn't feel as thick. This has more spicy. I get that tiny little, like tiny hint of almost a pepperiness from it. But if no one told me, I wouldn't know. This just tastes like a nicer version of this, right? Okay. I get like a chicory barbecuey smoke smell off it when it comes up. The nose is obvious, and then the aftertaste tastes like sarsaparilla. I'm not a sarsaparilla type of person, but it's got a sarsaparilla funk. That tastes very different to this. This is like a compliment, like it's like brought up some spicy notes. This is like a different thing. It's more, that's more, how would you say it? It's almost more savory. Right. And that's that. We did that. Right? Like, off the cuff, let's just do some whiskey and colas. What can you do? Right? Try different colas. Okay, any suggestions? Any suggestions on which whiskey? Is there none? Oh, that's a shame. Ah, Michter's. It's only just arrived in Portugal. Never tried it. It's very good. So Michter's do an amazing job. And there's not much left of that, so might as well end it. You know what? Every time I end a bottle, I always want to do. I think if you've got a wicked bottle that you're like, and this is good stuff, but I can get this again. The thing is, I was gifted it at a bar show. So because I was gifted it, it becomes an important bottle. You know, I don't take being gifted something lightly. So let's see. When you finish a bottle, I think, now, especially, can you imagine Sexy Fish? If they've got this really rare, you know, Japanese whiskey, and it's the last of the last of the last, you can't get it anywhere else, and they empty the bottle knowing they'll never get it again, and the person tasting it, they just stop all music, put the lights on the person tasting the very last drop, and play the last post. Can you imagine? I would lose my shit. I'd be like, why are they playing this? And they'd be like, oh, this person's just finishing a very rare bottle of whiskey. Right? I think that'd be cool. Last post. Come on, people. We should do the last post. Right, ice. All right. Don't you hate when you didn't take the time to prep any ice? So the mashups seem to be working. I'm able to play music in the background and not get cut off. And which cola? We're going to go with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola? Yeah. Good stuff. I am a massive fan of brands that keep it real. It's good quality whiskey. And when I met the brand ambassador for them, I was very impressed at how passionate they were about their brand. The integrity they had, like, yeah, good people, which is important. Oh, that's good. That's good. That makes a wicked disco old-fashioned. That's very good. Now, this morning, I mentioned that I wanted... Oh, God. I wanted to try some shochu on live for the first time, right? So I'm going to play with this over the weekend. But this is... So there's like... Look at that. Look at that for simplicity in a bottle design. Because you probably can't read that. Let me see. It still won't cut to that. It says Tycoon Japanese Shochu. Now, when I bought this, what I was looking to do was buy a shochu. I don't know anything about shochu. Like, I really don't. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. But I wanted to buy one that was readily available. So I looked up what's your bog standard, what's the biggest shochu around. So or a standard, you can get it everywhere. It's not like a super boutique-y rare one. And this seemed to do well. It's a barley shochu. It's made in Shuzo, Oita, Japan. Made by Shuzo, Oita, Japan. Imported by Sake International into UK. 25% ABV, and it is a barley shochu. So having not tasted it before, I can knock out, and I haven't tasted this before. Tasting. After all the colas, I'm probably going to need a glass of water. Not going to lie. There you go, water. Ooh. And this says legit with label, like only legit. Legit until it's torn. Right. Ooh. And they've got a foil on the inside of the cork. That I've never seen that before. Have you seen that before? They've literally folded foil onto the inside of the cork before pressing it down so that they can't cork the liquid. That's new. I've never seen that. Right. I'm liking Funday Fridays. I'm liking it so much. I'm starting to relax. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have me a snack. So for those of you that have never heard of Snyder's of Hanover, these guys make some pretty tasty snacks. So I'm going to go honey mustard and onion today. This is some good stuff. Right. They're actually broken up pieces of a giant pretzel. Must have been the biggest pretzel ever because they make so many packs of this. This is a great track. I'm going to turn that up. Giant pieces of pretzel that have been flavored. It's delicious. Now, obviously, I'm going to taste this before I move on to those. But I was trying to kill a little bit of time. Get my cola out. Right, now. I've got super bad hay fever at the moment. I'll tell you what, I can't help but think that smells like almost like watered down new make. If you know what new make tastes like, that's like it's got a new makey-ness about it. Yeah. It's very new makey. But it's got a depth of flavor that you would expect to come with a longer fermentation. That's what I'm guessing. I'm no expert. I just drink and enjoy. Could be the Friday in me, but I kind of think like I'd like it to be just a hint more boozy. Just bring that ABV up because I think it tastes like almost like a new make Scotch whiskey that has lost some of the higher floral notes. So this is actually a little bit cold at the moment. I'm going to try this when it wasn't in the fridge, but it feels cold to the touch. So I'm going to let that warm up to room temperature before tomorrow. I'm going to get this cabin nice and warm before I play with that again. It's delicious though. Right. So, got one more video for you guys. I think, do I have one more video? No, I actually don't. I've actually gone through all the videos. Oh, the other video. Yeah, I decided not to show the other video. The other video was like a rude video. And I decided I don't even need to do rude videos anymore. What am I trying to do? Like, get likes or something? What if I got a dislike? What would happen if I got a dislike? I don't know. Or what's the newest gin you've got? I don't have Cavalins. Emil Ward, how you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in, man. Newest gin I've got in the cabin is Whitley Neal. Do you want me to like? I'm game. I'm game to interact. Also, Emil Ward. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Emil Ward. Of all the people in the world that would tune into this, I would never have seen him coming because he's way too cool for this show. What do you want me to try, bro? Here, we'll do a comparison. I'll try a different gin. Plymouth Gin. Frontignano, Italy, Juniper location, batch number 1, harvest the 25th of the 10th, 2018. Distilled the 21st of the 3rd, 2019. This only has juniper and orris root in it. So if you're no and poo-pooing this, which is unfair, okay? Whitley Needle people were nice and sent me that. I love this. Boatyard gin, Irish. Right? We got Bombay Amber. Who knew we had Bombay Amber? Or Aviation Old Tom. Which one, buddy? You tell me. You're the gin expert. Bombay Amber. This is so cool. All right. Have you tasted Bombay Amber? Have you tasted Bombay Amber, bro? Because if you haven't, I'll save you some. Or I can utilize my new tiny little bottles that I can put samples in and post out to people. It's how I'm keeping my consultancy alive. And look at this. Hold on. Check this out. All black bubble bags, because black's my favorite color. Right? Look at this. Right? Black bubble bag. Put a piece of cardboard around that. I can tinker. Put it in there. Put it in there. And then it gets a Dean Callan show sticker on it. Whew, goes out. Right? Consultancy sorted. Screw you, COVID. Right, so Bombay Amber. Now, fundamental flaw number 1. This beautiful little piece of wooden cork is held on by quite flimsy, sticky glue. So the plasticky bit of the wooden cork, which why is there one, comes out. I almost feel like the brand team got through the design part and we're ready to like release it in line with the new Bombay distillery and everything. And then they quickly moved through that bit without having drank enough of it before they realized that the top bit comes off. You know, if you're a brand, you're thinking about a new bottle design and everything, and you need someone to test a few of them, I will host a party and we can just open loads of bottles and give them out to people. It'll be great. Send me the Aviation Old Tom. Didn't know that existed. Plymouth sounds cool. You guys are awesome. This is great. Right, so Bombay Amber, and I can do versus Aviation Old Tom. Like, I'm pretty sure that's aged. This is badass, this stuff. Right? Which one's better? Which one do I like better? No, you know what? Which one am I feeling more in the mood for? I'm not going to say which one's better. I don't know which one's better. I'm not a gin expert. You're the gin expert. I will save them for you though, bro. When this is all over, I'm definitely going to still have some of these left. Come join me and talk gin in here. It'll be epic. Otherwise, I can send you a little sample of each. All right, where do they go? This one goes here. Aviation goes there. Aviation is on the left. All right, they're very different things. There's immediate like burn on the mouthfeel, but it basically tastes like Bombay with a little bit of woody age, like a mellowed out Bombay. It's like if Bombay was Raj Nagra like 10 years ago, Bombay Amber would be Raj Nagra now. That's how I would describe it. It's like a more mellowed out. It's like Bombay with grey hairs. Yep. It's nice. I would drink it. Obvious thought is a Martinez. That's actually really nice. I haven't sat down and tasted that properly. I get bottles that I think are unique. And if I'm not sure they're going to hang around, because I don't think that did, I hang on to them for the sake of giving people who come here a taste of something they might not have had. This one. There's a minty sort of smell to it as well. Like, if you took mint and put it into sugar syrup and then cooked it, and you get that cooked mint flavor. I see where the mintiness come from. It's got like a demerara sweetness to it. That's really good. What would I make with it? Hanky panky. I would make a hanky panky with that. Oh, this is fun. It almost smells like that would be the gin that would go best with Fernet Branca. Yes, we can both do a show with Olivier. Yes, 100%, 110%. The whole purpose of doing the show it started out, I thought I've got the ability to do a show and I can distract people. And now I've got no work coming in. The show is keeping me going. It feels like I'm doing something. So hopefully the show will still be around. I won't have run out of money before we get out of all of this lockdown. And I'd absolutely love to have you guys on, and we can go through these. And there's a few other interesting gins there as well that you guys might like. You could bring something in to be epic. I'm in two minds. What time is it? All right, I'm running late. I'm going to do one drink and then I'm going to close out the show. I have to make a hanky panky with that. I have to know. Have I, unbeknownst to me, been hanging on to the ultimate hanky panky gin? Is that the ultimate hanky panky gin? It'd be amazing to know that, like, of all people, Ryan Reynolds, the guy with possibly like the coolest owner of an alcohol brand, and I say that in the nicest possible way. Oh, that's the other video. Right. These were at the front of the bar because the other video that won't play is a video by Sean Baxter. God, I hope I said that right. Sometimes I panic for no reason. Sean posted a wicked video this morning that I had planned to share. I've got it loaded up. It's not working. It's by these guys, Never Never. I will share it on Tuesday because Monday is about not drinking. Tuesday, right? I'm going to share it on Tuesday. I'm going to make something with these guys. The Never Never stuff. Right, hanky panky. Back to hanky panky. I'm glad I remembered what it was that I'd forgotten. Hanky panky. So for those of you that don't know, at lunchtime today, I did a webinar with Luca Misaglia for Italicus, and like drank a bottle of Prosecco and some Italicus. Like it was kind of stressful because I hadn't prepped properly because I was trying to take care of Axel, but it was fun. It was really good. Now, vermouth. Where the shit is all the vermouth? There's no fresh vermouth in the fridge. What have I done? Oh my God. Oh no. And this is the exact moment that I realize I've run out of vermouth. Oh, I've got some discarded. Is that going to be right for hanky panky? Or is it going to distract from the gin? What to do? What to do? Well, I was saving this for a special occasion. It might as well be the fucking apocalypse. So myself and Electra are going to enjoy some 150th anniversary Martini Gran Lusso V&Ts over the weekend. Get the dust off that. Ooh. Right. I love discarded, but it's got such a powerful flavor. I want it to taste of the gin. Where did I put it? it's a wrap. All right. Who let those dogs out? Look at that, making ice cubes. What a lovely Friday afternoon. I'm actually feeling really good about this. Yeah. If I've run out of vermouth and everything, I drank it all. We've been drinking a lot of vermouth. It's been good. Yes, thank you, Emil. It is Sean Baxter. Thank you. I always second guess myself because of Baxter's in. And you know, Sean Baxter is like the most Aussie guy. Very Aussie. So when I think of Australia, Baxter's Inn's one of like the greatest bars in Australia. So they've made me second guess the Baxter of the Baxter, because before there was only one Baxter in Australia, and that was Sean Baxter. Probably, and his video. God, I wish it would play. Try one more time. Look at this. Look, you can't see it, but that's the Sean Baxter video button. It's not working. Anyway. Sean Baxter in his video talks about people not needing talent to be in the competition that he's doing, and it's all about throwing a piece of ice. It's so cool. He like basically demonstrates that he has no talent, but this is one of the most talented men I know. Like, he's pretending to not have talent. Do you know how much talent it takes to pretend you don't have talent and like pull it off when you do have tons of talent? That's how talented Sean Baxter is. Sean Baxter is one of the most talented people I know. Right. Oh. I love that the mashups don't get closed down. Right. This has been a lovely afternoon. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually really enjoying myself. And also, thank you so much, Tim, Emil, Diogo. The interaction, I've figured out how to make the letters on the comments bigger, so I can actually read them now, which is epic. Love you, Tim. Cheers. The hanky panky at the Savoy Hotel is still way better. This is amazing. I think in the hands of the team at the Savoy, with their spec, their breakdown, their capacity to just make it right. And obviously, I believe personally that a person's energy goes into a drink. And when it's your own, it's never going to be as good. I almost want to bring some of that into the Savoy and see what they can do with it. God, at this stage, it might be sooner that you'll see one of the bartenders from the Savoy here doing it. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thank you. And Emil, it was great to see you tuning in. It's been awesome. I'll see you all on Monday for Mindful Mondays. I say Mindful Mondays because, like, I'm not the most mindful person, but mindful, it rhymes with Monday. Yeah.